Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Angela the Traveling Crafter and I am back with another 5-minute craft. And I think if you have these items in your craft room, you too can make them in a matter of seconds, lickety split. So let's get started and let me share with you what you need. First of all, you just need some scrap paper. They can be 1.5, 2-inch, 2.5-inch strips if you have this little tool, which this is just a tag tool. And what sparked this, I'll tell you in a minute, but this I think is going to work fairly well. Now, I don't have what was my inspiration because I'm not sure where I put it at the moment. But you'll need a punch if you have one like this to make tags, and a circle punch. Mine is 1 3/4. So that's all you really need in order to make this happen. And if you want, whoops, a regular hole punch. Not required, but nice to have is a centering ruler if you wish. If you wish to be very precise. This is listed in my Amazon favorites in my Amazon shop. So you can see that in the description if you're interested. Lifesaver. And that's it. So I had I'm not sure who gave it to me, but I had a gift some time ago that looked similar to a dress form. And it was filled with some pretty little trims. And I thought, well, how could I get that to look a little bit like it? Now, if I really wanted to, I could make it like, you know, the neck is actually there and it's actually a dress form, but we're not going to do that. We're going to make it simple. So I started playing around with this punch, and what I ended up with was this template to make these little tag goodies. You could wrap washi around it. You could wrap ribbons, all kinds of little things. You could even use it just like it is if you were doing you could draw on it and make it into a dress, like a dress form, and put it into your journal just as it is. But it was so easy, and it turned out, I think, pretty cute. Here's some other ones that I made. Now, this one I made with the punches lower, and I actually folded it on the back so I can make that into a pocket. Here's one that's a little bit longer. I did the same thing. I think I made that into a pocket. But, you know, you could cut it off so it was similar to this. And this one I did lower as well. This one was actually the mistake, and then I decided I kind of liked it like that, so I made some in the similar way. But today we're just going to make a regular little tag. Now, if you don't have a nice heavy cardstock, you can always punch 2 of them out and glue them together. I think I did that with this one. I folded it together. But all you're going to do, let's just do one with let's do one with not a lot of color so you can see it easily. Okay. So my punch that I have, if you have a punch like this, you'll have to check it out. But my punch is either 1.5, 2.5, or 2 inches. Now, I particularly like the 2 and the 2.5 inch, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, you get kind of the same look. So cut them down to whatever size your punch does. This particular piece is 2.5 inches. I think most of mine are. I'm going to turn it this way. It's easier that way. And you're going to punch that. There you go. Let's just why don't we just punch all of these? Why not? Okay, this one is only 1.5. So let's see what that one looks like as opposed to, there you go. So there's the difference. And let's do this one. This is a piece of my, ooh, that's not straight. This is a piece of my digital on just a piece of scrap. You know what we're going to do? We're just going to cut this off. It's still not very straight, but that's okay. And we're going to put that, this one is about 2.5. Oh gosh, that one's a little bit thicker cardstock. I'm going to have to, there we go. I did try this with using some of my spools for seam binding and rickrack that I had left over. my punch does not punch them that well. So just so you know. This is a piece of Anna Griffin paper. This one's a little longer. So what you could do is you could do this. Do both sides. And just fold it together like that. Not put the punches in the side and have a little tiny tag. So you could do it that way too. Okay. Let's do this one. This one's 2.5 as well. There we go. And just like that, we have a whole bunch of tags. This one is a little, maybe a little too wide. You can do these bigger with a bigger piece. Have I done this before? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have. Let me see if I have a bigger piece that I can show you. That one's not quite straight. Maybe I didn't. Let's just punch these up. And this is wallpaper, double piece of wallpaper. This one's a little bigger than 2. There's that one. And then here's just a piece of cardstock that's 2.5. So now, just like that, we've punched all of the tag shapes. Easy peasy. Let me see if I have. I'll just use, here, this white piece. If I remember correctly, I've done this before. And the way that you do it is you just kind of center it on there for a piece that's bigger. Oh gosh. I'm gonna get it stuck. Well, it's a good thing we're done with this because now I'm gonna have to do some surgery. Maybe not. I ripped that, but then you would just cut this to the shape if you didn't have, like maybe you didn't have a trimmer. And there you've got your tag. So you can do it that way. All right, now we can put that aside. Now, since I did this white one, it's probably going to be easiest to see. I personally just eyeball these. That's totally crooked. Generally just eyeball where I'm going to put the circle, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you using the centering ruler. So I'm just going to see where this, how, it should be about 6 inches, yep. So I'm just going to shore that up. And then, and you know, let's do it from here and not the top of it and see what it looks like there. I should just show you how to do it. So we're just going to center this up. And all I'm doing is making sure that these are both, the ends are both at the same side. Yeah, see, I'm not going to like that because that's going to make it too far. We're going back to the 6 inches. It's better that way. All right, so I should be at 1.5 inches right here. And I'm just going to make a little dot here and a little dot right there. I'm making it a little bit bigger so you guys can see. Then I'm going to take my 1.5 inch punch and I'm going to sort of center that. Right there. And right there. And there you have it. Now, like I said, this one's a little bit longer, so you can choose to just cut it off, make it shorter. This size, it looks like I came in a little bit deeper in this one than I did in that one. So if you need to, you can come back and fix it like you want. Let's do this one. I don't really like that one, so I'm probably going to cut it off. There we go. All right. let's do this one. Yeah, that white one is not my favorite. And let's just do this one. It's just under 2 inches, so let's see what it looks like if I do it right there. So we're going to do that. I think it's easier for me anyway to eyeball it, but you do whatever you wish. All right. So I'm going to just come up here. I'm not going to actually, I'm going to eyeball it, even though I know that's the center. I know how I kind of like it to look. This is just cardstock. The word is not. There we go. There you have it. And then you just keep doing it. Now this one, maybe I don't want to do it quite as deep. Like that. There we go. And you just keep going. Now what you can also do is you can, if you want to be more precise, I'm just doing these for my personal use, or if I want to wrap something up for someone else, you can just go where the end of that is and then kind of measure it there and there. So you know when you put it in here. For those of you who like the more perfect version, there you go. You do that. Either way, it's going to be perfect for what you need it for. And these are just fun little, they're fun to put like in a journal so that people have extra. I should have cut that one off, darn it. Oh well. So they have extra things if you're selling your journals or giving away a journal and you want things for them to pop things into. You can put all of your embellishments on there. And just like that, you've got all kinds of pieces. This one's a little bit thin, but to do that with. And I think I'm going to be using some of these. Some of them are going to be for my own personal use. This one's awfully long. Let's see. She's going to be long and svelte. Might look kind of funny. I don't know. We'll find out, but you can put a lot of stuff on there. The thing is once you start putting things on there, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, this one's also not very heavy. But I think I'm going to use some of these to put some extra little textiles and fabrics and ribbons into the Prairie Girls journal. So just like that, friends, you've got all of these funsies that you can wrap your favorite ribbons or fabrics around and either keep them for yourself or gift them to someone or pop them into a journal. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up. Tell me what you're up to. If you're new here, I would love to hear from you and would appreciate you introducing yourself. So we will see you next time on another video. Until then, remember to take time to just be. We'll see you soon. Cheers.